It's your boy and Guru in the house, back with another bang on video. For those of who did not join my live, we actually had a very wonderful time in discussing about Arsenal's new ownership. Yes, somebody wants some stake in Arsenal's ownership, and yes, we're going to discuss that. But more importantly, yes, it's going to be a very detailed talk about him because we did some ground research, and it's not something very pleasing. And no, we are not talking about Aliko Dangote. We are not talking about Aliko Dangote. There's somebody else who wants a big 35% piece of the pie named Arsenal. So, more importantly, we're going to talk about some other players as well. Mesut Ozil, and there's a fight. Did you know there was a fight brewing between Dani Ceballos and David Luiz? No, it's not a fight actually technically, but yes, we're going to discuss that as well. So stay tuned and watch the video till the end. And well, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang calls Sadio Mane a wild animal. Why would he say that? Everything will be discussed with you in this video. So stay tuned and watch the video till the end. Make sure you subscribe and be a part of this channel every single day. So let's talk about Mesut Ozil. Now, he recently tweeted out that make your dream five-a-side team only using one active player from each country. Now, he's actually given 5 countries to choose from. It's Brazil, Italy, France, Croatia, and England. So you can make, you could actually go and select 5 players each from these countries. So my choices is what Mesut Ozil tweeted out. His choices of a 5-a-side team are Marcelo of Real Madrid, of course, Gianluigi Buffon, Karim Benzema, Luka Modric, and Marcus Rashford. That's what he has selected for his dream 5-a-side team. But moving on, well, Arsenal captain Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang actually has labelled Liverpool's Sadio Mane a wild animal. Now, why would he say that? I mean, he's a big fan of Sadio Mane actually, because he's a wild animal on the pitch is what he says. So it's in praise he's saying that. He says, Sadio is a player of the Africans. He is also the type of player every manager would like to have in their team. Like all African players in the Premier League, we tease each other, joke before and after each game. Sadio, once kickoff has taken place, he is a wild animal. I have a lot of respect for him because after what you see on social media and the news, he's someone who has done a lot for his native village. Abu Usumwar Al-Tahib Tahabi, the Imam at Al-Rahma Mosque in Toxteth, Liverpool explained to the BBC how Mane has helped him, his home village of Bambali. Sadio comes from a poor community. He is the type of guy who will help. He has a lot of initiatives and has helped build a mosque in his home village. He comes to the mosque often. At his house he has a Bentley, but he comes to us in a not so fancy car, so he is incognito. He's not a person looking for fanfare. There's no arrogance at all. That's why I love Sadio Mane, man. It's a different kind of a ball game altogether. But moving on, AD Boothroyd has revealed England have actually made their pitch to secure wonder kid Yunus Musa. Well, the Valencia midfielder, who was ex-Arsenal player, has made his first 2 senior appearances for USA in this month's clashes with Wales and Panama. But both those fixtures were friendlies, meaning he could still turn out for the 3 Lions, whom he is also eligible for, along with Ghana and Italy. So, England under-21's boss Boothroyd said, I spoke to Yunus's father. I know a few coaches in the senior staff spoke to the family as well. We put our hat into the ring. We're keeping a close eye on things. This is the priority where we are at the minute. But he's a very good player, and we have got to do our jobs and keep an eye on him. So, Yunus Musa, 3 Lions are definitely eyeing you, man. But moving on, well, government has announced the full details of its £300 million sports bailout. Sports Minister Nigel Huddleston outlined the winter survival package in the Commons statement that provides much needed security for sports peering into the financial abyss due to the pandemic. So the football's lowest reaches will receive £28 million, including the pre-announced £10 million lottery funding for the National League. Steps 3 to 6 of the pyramid, from the tier below national leagues, north and south to regional leagues, will be able to claim part of the £14 million on offer, with £3 million available to the upper 2 levels of the women's game. Culture Secretary Oliver Dowden said, sports clubs are the beating hearts of their communities, and this £300 million boost will help them survive this difficult winter period. Also, Oliver Dowden said, there is a definite chance of fans starting to return to Prem and EFL grounds by Christmas. Boris Johnson has already signaled his desire to see the turnstiles open for the first time since March. It is likely that any numbers will be limited, with fans proving they are COVID-free on an electronic passport app on their phones. Dowden gave the most upbeat assessment. He says, there is definitely a chance of it. We have to be guided by the scientific evidence. If we can just open the door ajar a little bit and start to prove in the lowest risk areas we can make this work, I would love for us to be able to do that. So everyone wants the fans, man. But moving on, well, let's talk about the fight. Dani Ceballos and David Luiz. What is the fight that we already are talking about? What is that? So, talking about it, well, tensions boiled over in Arsenal training Friday as Luiz hit Ceballos on nose, the ball actually. When squad returned Tuesday, both apologized, plus group have continued as normal. Arsenal will hope fighting spirit is channeled positively. So David Ornstein has actually exclusively given the update here that yes, Luiz and Ceballos had a fight, but they both have apologized to the squad. So it's really nice to see that. But why would David Luiz do that? But moving on, I don't know. But let's talk about Mesut Ozil. Mikel Arteta has opened up about Ozil's situation again. He says, I'm hurt because I don't like any player in my squad not to have the possibility to participate or to compete. For me, it is really sad because I don't think anybody deserves that. But at the end of the day, I'm sitting here to make the decisions that, in my opinion, are the best for the football club. And this is what I have to do. The moment that you lose football matches, his name is going to come up, and when you win, it won't. What sort of defense is this from Mikel Arteta? I'm not liking it. But moving on, well, tonight at the helm of 10 in the evening Mecca time, we reveal on the main file that we will be covering next summer as part of an article that sheds some light on the file of Dominic Szoboszlai and what happened behind the scenes last summer. Wait for us is what was tweeted by AFC Bell. Alright, so let's hope AFC Bell has some positive things to share about Dominic Szoboszlai. I hope so. I'll be waiting, and whatever it is going to be on my community tab, so stay tuned for that. Hey, my idea is always to provide you the best news here. But moving on, let's talk about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Well, he is currently Gabon's all-top goal scorer with 26 goals, having made the switch from France to Gabon in 2009, and he hasn't looked back since. So he's one of the guys who's actually left France national team and has been one of the mainstays that we speak about. But moving on, Michael Owen has backed Arsenal to beat Leeds 2-1 at Ellen Road at the weekend. Now speaking to Bet Victor, he said, I find Leeds are exceptionally good against teams that fancy themselves to play a bit. When you come at Leeds, it plays into their hands as they have loads of energy to smother you and win key battles all over the pitch. They create lots of chances but equally concede a lot as well. I think this could play into Mikel Arteta's hands. If he is prepared to concede a bit of ground and soak up some Leeds pressure, I fancy the Gunners to take full advantage on the break. So that's what Michael Owen believes. So it's going to be Arsenal ahead of Leeds on Sunday. But moving on, let's talk about the man of the hour. Orji Ozur Kalu is the name of this guy. He wants a 35% stake in Arsenal. He tweeted out, as the pillar of sports in Africa, I am considering an investment in football and I will buy 35% stake in Arsenal. Our target is to lift the Champions League or English Premier League. Now this guy, he wants 35% stake at Arsenal. Who is he? He is a Nigerian politician. The guy used to have a club. He used to own a club in between 2002 to 2007. Was very much a successful club in Nigeria, maybe in Africa though. So this guy wants to buy 35% stake at Arsenal. Now, who is he? The guy was convicted in a fraud of 65 billion. Yes, the guy was convicted and he was sentenced to 12 years of prison. But the guy stayed in prison for just 6 months. So guy is known for a big fraud. Okay. If you want Arsenal to be, of course, yeah, I'll tell you what. Some people on my live already mentioned to me that, of course, Abramovich is not a clean guy as well. A lot of these billionaires are not clean guys. I mean, they are not. So why do you have to feel bad about it? I mean, he could be whatever he wants. But if he wants us to win the Champions League and EPL, if you ask me, in front of him, I think I'll still stick with Kroenke. Of course, I hate the fact that he doesn't spend too much, but I think I like the way where Arsenal is going for now. But more importantly, I think this guy, no, not near my club for sure. So these were the news of the day. I hope you enjoyed whatever came your way. All the news and news, all the news and views and everything about Arsenal comes platform every single day, twice. So sit back, relax, and enjoy all the news that comes on this platform. I will see you in the next one, and don't forget to subscribe. 15,000 subscribers. Let's do it. And yes, we're not going to have a new owner straight away. So let's see. Cheers.